What up, everyone? It's your boy, Kata Don.
It's your boy, Wraith.
Yes, and it's the Love First podcast. Today, we have a very special guest with us. We have Mayweather Promotions in the building, Mr. Derrick from Mayweather Promotions. Stay tuned.
East Coast, know I'm rockin' with y'all. West Coast, know I'm rockin' with y'all. North Side, know I'm rockin' with y'all. South Side, know I'm rockin' with y'all. I'm still riding with my day, cause I'm rockin' with y'all. Whole county, throw your hands.
What up, everyone? It's your boy, Kata Don.
It's your boy, Wraith.
And we have a very special Love First podcast with you today. We have Mr. Derrick from Mayweather Promotions. TMT is in the building. How you doing today, Derrick?
I'm great, man. How y'all doing?
Man, we're doing good, doing good. It's a blessing to have you on, man.
It's a pleasure to be on your show, man. I heard a lot of good things.
Awesome. So we're going to talk some boxing with you. And we have a lot of people that kind of want to know the ins and outs of the business, you know? So they want to soak up some jewels and some keys to success with you guys.
Okay.
So let's kind of start off with Mayweather Promotions, right? What do you guys bring to the boxing game and to events?
I mean, we bring a first-class business. I mean, we run a first-class organization. You know, we're considered the A side of boxing and entertainment. You know, we just try to bring the biggest and the best boxing and shows that we possibly can.
Yes. And you guys have a very dope roster too. What fighter are you most excited about?
I'm gonna be a little biased. I'm most excited about my fighter, Jalil Hackett. He just signed with Mayweather Promotions. Just had his first fight June the 6th on Floyd's exhibition card with Logan Paul.
Yes.
He had a tremendous debut. Had a knockout in the first round. 1 minute and 1 second into the first round.
Yeah.
And we look to get him right back in the ring very soon.
Yes.
So he's my most exciting fighter. Of course, the most exciting fighter on our roster is the king of pay-per-view, the cash cow, Gervonta Tank Davis. Who will be actually in the ring against Mario Barres next Saturday, June the 26th, in Atlanta at State Farm Arena. It'll be on Showtime pay-per-view.
Yes.
Trust me, it's going to be fireworks.
Yo, fireworks.
If you're in the ATL area, come on out, because it's going to be Black Hollywood. It's who's who in the house, you name it, they're going to be there. He sold out the first fight that we did for him December the 28th of 2019. And tickets almost sold out for this one.
Yeah, I already know. It's a fight I'm looking forward to myself.
Yeah,
we got to
Tank got his hands full, but I've been down in Vegas and training camp with him, and he focused.
Yeah.
And one thing about Tank, a focused Tank is a dangerous Tank.
Yeah, Tank. And Tank has a lot of power, and he's jumping up weight classes for this fight to fight a champion. How well do you feel like his power is gonna come up with him?
His power ain't gonna change.
Okay.
Tank power is Tank power.
Yeah.
5 pounds, it don't matter. I mean, I've seen Tank put people light heavyweights down, so it ain't gonna matter. 5 more pounds ain't gonna matter to him.
For sure.
Tank can go up to 157 if you want, and that power still gonna put a person on their ass.
For real, yeah. His knockouts are crazy. I felt bad for Leo Santa Cruz, man. Like, for real. Yeah. Do you think he could take anything from the Logan Paul fight? Because, Logan was bigger than Mayweather. He's taller, had more reach. Is there anything you think he could take from that?
I mean, right now, he's just focused on making history. On the 26th at 140. I mean, he's the cash cow at 130, 135, and he's ready to be the cash cow at 140.
Yeah.
I mean, he's pay-per-view king. He's the champion in all the divisions. I mean, he's just looking to, cement his legacy in the sport of boxing.
Definitely, for sure.
I have to ask you, like, how do you feel about the Mayweather and Logan Paul fight? Like, do you think it was great for
I
the
mean,
sport of
the numbers don't lie. He got over 1 million pay-per-views.
Crazy.
It was a packed house. People enjoyed it. It was entertainment, you know, and I think that's what people get confused. It was an exhibition. So it was an entertainment fight. I mean, it was a little bit of bad blood and personal. Yes, that's gonna happen. But at the end of the day, it was entertainment. The fans loved it for the most part. You know, you're gonna always have your critics. You're always gonna have your critics. You're gonna have your haters. I mean, when they first announced it, you know, I had people calling me, you know, man, your man effing up boxing, this, that, and the other. And I'm saying, first of all, it's not sanctioned. It's an exhibition. Fighters all the way back with Muhammad Ali fought exhibition fights. Floyd has earned that to do any exhibition he won. Muhammad Ali used to fight back then, I guess they were WF, World Federation Boxers. So what's the difference between Floyd doing it and former boxers doing it? Because of Floyd Mayweather. And he's a smart businessman that can capitalize on the capital out there.
That's a very good point.
Like you said, I stick him up with no mask on. You know? And what I tell people is, if somebody offer you $100 million to go in the ring and fight for 24 minutes, which was 8 rounds, 3 minutes, you gonna turn it down?
Nah, you gonna catch me in that ring trying to get that
back. Exactly. So, you know, but no, it was a great event, man. You know, Ocho Cinco got in there and did his thing.
That was dope.
You're starting to see
Luis Cuba,
like a lot of social media influencers. You know.
Yeah, Luis Cuba upset it. Well, I wouldn't call it an upset, but he beat Jared Smith. I mean, so you know, Jared Hurd. It was a great night. It was a great night of boxing and entertainment.
That's
could have been in a better place than Miami.
Yes. And that's what I thought was really dope too, of why it actually did help boxing, because even though the star of it was an exhibition match, he had real fights on there. You know what I'm saying? And it really got to showcase, you know, some real boxers doing their thing, and it brought a lot of eyes to it that wouldn't have been on the sport of those fights, you know? Right.
So, and that was the plan, to have the exhibition, but also the young and up and coming fighters that just signed with Mayweather Promotion. My fighter Jalil Hackett, Mickey Scala fought on the card. Who else fought on the card? It was about 3 or 4 of our fighters that fought, and all of them scored knockouts.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a good night. I mean, the people there enjoyed it, and to me, that's what's most important. The people that are paying their money, if they enjoyed it, then that's what it's all about.
For sure. So what really goes into putting together such an amazing event? You know, you guys do a bunch of great events. You know, you guys just had the exhibition, the Gervonta Davis, and many more events coming up. Like, for those that want to know, like, behind the scenes, like, what goes into a boxing promotion, and what is your role that you play in it?
I'm gonna tell you, man, and it's funny because we've done it so much, but every time we have a fight card, and me and Leonard Ellerbe, who is my best friend, my right-hand man, he's CEO of Mayweather Promotions.
Yes.
When we might be in a car or something, we'll look at each other, man, and be like, man, people have no idea what goes into this, and the different things you're responsible for. You got to make sure right. I mean, you know, when we touch down in a state or city, it's nonstop. You know, it's nonstop. I mean, we might go literally all day and might not eat till 11, 12 o'clock at night. You know, it's a lot into it. But you know, we got a great, solid team, family. You know, at Mayweather Promotions, everybody got each other back. You know, everybody handles their responsibilities, man, and you know it runs smooth. You know, but it's a lot into it. Definitely a lot.
Definitely. Like, you know, like how you're saying, like some days you might not even be able to eat the whole day because you guys are kind of like just moving. Can you give us like just for these people coming into the field, just know like it comes with sacrifice. So like when you guys touch down in the city, what is like a normal schedule for you guys fight day?
Me personally, I always try to get there a day early so I can rest and relax.
Yeah.
Because I know once the team gets there and we got we might do a media day workout on say a Wednesday. Wednesday is like the go day.
Yeah,
we'll do a media day workout, and then Thursday is the final press conference. Friday is the weigh-in, and Saturday is the fight.
Yeah,
on top of making sure the fighters got everything they need. The network got everything they need. We got people dealing with credentials, guest tickets, celebrity tickets, security. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And it's a sacrifice because I get it every time I go. You might have, if you're dealing with somebody, I ain't heard from you, or you might say, hey, you come on in town for the fight.
Yeah,
I might not see you. I probably won't see you, and if I do, it's going to be on a late night because I'm working.
Yeah,
a lot of people think it's fun and games, but it's working. You work.
Hard work. Yeah.
By the time you get back to your room, you just want to really just take a shower, relax, and go to sleep.
Yeah, for real. Everyone thinks it's a giant party, and like you said, it's work.
It's not like that.
Yeah, for real. And you even dropped the major key. I don't want people to sleep on, but how you even said you get there early to make sure physically, mentally, you have that rest so you can go that nonstop route that you have to for those days. And that's something business-minded people kind of skip over sometimes and burn themselves out. Plan your time to rest so you can maximize and be effective in what you're doing.
Yes, you got to get your rest because you got to be sharp up here.
Yeah,
you got to be sharp. I mean, with me, I have to be sharp because I'm around Leonard 24/7.
Yeah.
So I'm his eyes and ears when he's involved in other things. You got to be sharp. So I always go down there a day ahead, plan my day out how it's gonna be because in Miami, it was maybe 1 or 2 days, man. Me and Leonard were on our feet maybe 13, 14 hours straight.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
And you can't just be like, oh man, I'm tired. I need to sit down for a minute. Man, it's work to be done.
Yeah. Hard work and dedication.
Yeah. I think a major point that you dropped was, the fact that there's a lot of work that goes behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think that it's all, fun and games and this, that, and the third. So I just want to ask you, like, somebody that, has their own business and, is part of the money team, like, as far as like the marketing aspect of it, what goes into that when you're marketing?
The key to it really is hard work and dedication.
Yeah.
But and you gotta make sacrifice. If you want to get ahead, if you want to succeed, nobody in life is not going to be able to do that without making sacrifice. Whether it's sacrifice that you have to be away from your family for a minute, it's different type of sacrifice. But you also gotta surround yourself with the right people. Gotta have the right people, right? You gotta have the right people that have your best interest at heart, that's gonna have your back, and vice versa.
Yeah.
And one thing in Mayweather Promotions, man, we all got each other's back 100%. You know. With Leonard, with Floyd and all them, they already know I'm going to bat for them 100%. I'm gonna go to war for them any day of the week. You know. But you have to surround yourself around people that are business minded, that are go-getters, not afraid to take chances. You got to take chances. Then you got to take smart chances.
Yeah.
But, but the key is hard work, dedication, sacrifice, and being around the right people. Because you can't surround yourself around people that ain't trying to get where you trying to go.
Yeah.
Or not where you trying to make it.
Major key.
Major key alert. For sure.
I I was on your Instagram today, and I seen a post that you had recently posted. It was like a motivational post, and it talked about how a lot of people, when it comes to success, they'll do anything to attain it, and they'll necessarily sacrifice their morals and principles.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, I just posted that.
Yeah, they'll sacrifice their morals and principles to attain that success. And the guy that was talking in the video was talking about how like every bag is not a good bag.
Yeah, that's my man OG Shabazz out of Philly.
Right. Yeah, and I like that message because, you know, we stress that a lot on this podcast. Like we talk about how, you know, every bag is not a good bag, and to do what makes you happy, because what makes you happy is more fulfilling than just doing something for money.
Yeah. Right.
So
right. And the sad part, a lot of people will sell their soul. Sacrifice for the wrong thing, you know. Right. Man, I'm like this. If God wanted for you, he gonna make sure you get it. It might not be on your time, but it's gonna come. Yeah. You know, you just stay the course, keep your same moral values and principles, man, and it'll happen for you. Yeah. Everything ain't for everybody. Right. But you can't sell yourself short or go beyond the means to get things. It ain't gonna pan out in the end. Yeah. And I see it all the time. And when I saw that post, I was like, oh man. I was just talking to somebody about that because we had a situation where, you know, we brought a guy around us and he took it and ran with it. He started posting, I'm with the money team. I'm part of Mayweather Promotions and I'm part of this. And no, you can't do that. Like, you know what I mean? And I get it, you know. I mean, people want to use the Mayweather Promotion name or the money team name or Floyd to pump their self up or pump their business up. Yeah. But number one, you're gonna mess around and get a cease and desist letter. You just can't do that. Yeah. You know, but to each his own, you know. We stay in our lane, man, and we do what we can to bring the biggest and best, you know, entertainment and boxing in the world, man. And we stay out the way. You know, that everybody on our team always say that, man, what you doing? Man, I'm staying out the way. You know,
for sure. So actually, before I ask that, what would you say, you know, especially from doing these huge events or even just being in the business, what is the biggest lesson you've learned?
Man. Whew. That's a tough one. Oh man. Biggest lesson is, you know, loyalty. Loyalty is everything, you know. And that's one thing we stand on is loyalty, you know. And for me, it goes way back, you know, with loyalty. You know, loyalty is big with me. You know, definitely you gotta be loyal, because at the end of the day, your character, your loyalty, it go a long way. Yes. It goes farther than whatever your skill set is. Absolutely. So definitely loyalty. Yeah. Loyalty and just believing in yourself. You know, believing in yourself, man, and stay prayerful, stay faithful to what you want to do. Yes. And not give up. Yeah. If it's something you believe that you can do and you want to do it, you can do it. You just got to believe it.
Definitely. Major keys again, like, you know, and then that's something that we be preaching to, you know, with the loyalty, you know, having that faith and just knowing you can get it, you know, and believing in yourself comes with that faith, you know, knowing you can get it. So
loyalty, man. Loyalty with me go a long way, you know. Yes. And I don't even know if y'all know my story, my backstory behind all this, but you know, coming up, I was actually a basketball star. And played on a high school level, played on a college level, played against the top players, Larry Johnson, Sean Kemp, played with Alonzo Mourning. Actually, Monty Williams, who coaches the Phoenix Suns, was my teammate in high school. Wow. And I got caught up in a drug conspiracy. And didn't have anything to do with it, but the people I was associated with back then, they had the crack law, mandatory minimum. And, you know, I had guys that I grew up with. I'm talking about elementary, preschool, you know, and flipped on me, made up all these stories, testified on me. So loyalty is a real big thing for me.
Yeah.
I could have took the easy way out and told and got out and saved my basketball career. But to me, loyalty, you know, was everything. I mean, I was blessed and fortunate enough that because of my connections, my family roots, and the basketball piece, I actually got a presidential pardon for President Clinton.
Oh, wow.
Otherwise, I probably wouldn't even be right here right now.
Oh, that's a blessing. Wow.
So, you know, a lot of people know it. I mean, I had a front cover story on ESPN. I've been in Sports Illustrated, you know, all of that. But yeah, so that's why loyalty, man, is everything to me.
Yes.
What position did you play in basketball?
I was actually a shooting guard.
Okay,
nice.
You see my Len Bias Jones, that was my big brother. Known Lenny since I was a child.
Yeah.
Me and his brother were best friends, Jay. We played ball together. So loyalty, man, is just that's everything to me.
And that story is truly inspiring because, you know, most people think loyalty of holding each other down, but also even what you just said, you know, if you're surrounded by the wrong energy or people that are not loyal to you, whether it's truth or not, that could bring you down. So you have to be careful who you keep around you in your circle. And it goes back to the major keyword you said, having the right team. But also on the other aspect, be careful who you let around you, who you let in your circle.
I know a lot of people, but I keep my circle tight and small.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we stress that all the time on this podcast. You know, having the right people in your circle that are on the same type of timing as you.
Yeah.
Because a lot of, especially like with young people nowadays, they kind of associate themselves with people that are not really productive and are not really on the same type of timing as them, and that stifles everything that they're trying to get to. You know,
it does. And you know, I telling you, because I've been working with youth as well. I'm actually a clinical social worker. So I've worked with youth for the past 20 years. And continue to do it. But I tell them, it ain't nothing wrong with being cool with some of those guys.
Right.
But you gotta know, you gotta have boundaries.
Yes.
You know, you can rap on, hey man, what's up? I'm checking in, how you doing? Woo woo. But association,
yes,
you can't let them in your circle if you're trying to go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. It's cool to have friends some people it's cool to have at a distance and not associate yourself with them like that because of, you know, how their day is set up and how your day is set up. Because everybody has the same 24 hours.
Exactly. It's all about what you make of it.
Yeah.
It's how you use those 24 hours.
Right. You know, and something, you know, something that I've really been expressing to the youth and you know, and I've seen it with people close to me, and they'll have like a false sense of loyalty. And I'm like, you know what real loyalty is real loyalty never holds you back from success. If something is holding you back and saying, oh, loyalty, because some people just use that word, this and that is not real loyalty. They don't have that loyalty to you. You know what I'm saying? Real loyalty wants to see you win, wants to see you be successful, and it's about the truth. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, man. Hey, you couldn't have said it better, man. Because I look back at some of the people I associated with when I got caught up, and I said, "Dang, you know, they talk about being loyal, but why would you even put me in certain situations? You know, or have me around certain situations that you knew might be going down instead of saying, look, Derrick, man, you know, man, just stay home, or man, I'm handling something, whatever the case may be." You know.
Speaking of like loyalty and like teams, right? Like, what do you think is the most important thing to look for in a person when you're trying to like form a group or form a team? You know, when you have your own business.
Yeah. Well, you know, of course, you gotta look for people that know what they're doing. And they don't necessarily have to be the best of the best. Yeah, you want the best of the best, but you got a lot of people out here that are hungry. Hungry to want to be the best. Those are the people you find.
Yeah.
You know, that are hungry for success, hungry to learn more. They're going to listen more than they talk.
Nice.
Those are the type of people you need.
That's important. They're going to listen more than
Because, man, everybody think they know everything. Everybody think they got all the answers. Look, they don't even have to be in that field. And trust me, I have people coming up to me talking about boxing, and you know, I just want to tell them what Roger Mayweather always say: you don't know shit about boxing. You know, and I've been fortunate. I've been around boxing since I was 10. You know, I've been around it, and you know, one of my best friends, Sean Bay Mitchell, was a 2-time world champion. Me and Sean Bay been close friends since high school. So I mean, I know the ins and outs of boxing. I know the business side. I've learned so much more of the business side being around Leonard and Floyd. But yeah, you know, people think they know, but you know, and sometimes you just gotta let them. You know what? You win. You know it. You know?
And I think an important thing that you said there was like, you know, listening and not just acting like you know everything, and also asking questions. Like people nowadays have this thing where they don't want to ask questions and they just want to feel like they have the answer to everything.
Right. But you can't learn like that.
Exactly.
You can't grow like that.
Exactly.
You know, so even, you know, so you mentioned Leonard Ellerbe and Floyd Mayweather, right? CEOs of the Mayweather Promotions. What do you feel like are their best habits that you learned and you actually started applying? So their best habits that you seen that they have.
They go getters, man. They go getters. They go getters, and they don't have a problem sacrificing whatever, not whatever in a bad way, to get the job done, to make the deal done. You know, it's like this. We ain't leaving no money on the table. You know, that's that man said, we ain't leaving no money on the table. For sure. And in Miami, I mean, it just opened my eyes up to so much more. But yeah, you know, just that motivation, like if it's out there, we're gonna tap into it, we're gonna get it. I mean, you look at Floyd. Floyd went from being a world champion boxer, then he tapped into WWE, WrestleMania, then he tapped into Dancing with the Stars to get the middle-aged white women. And he tapped in, you know, he's just tapping into everything. So it's a win-win, you know. He got haters, but guess what? Them haters gonna pay money to hope to see he lose. And the people that love him gonna pay to see him win. So it's a win-win.
Win-win.
You know, when he fought Oscar De La Hoya, Oscar was the pretty boy. Oscar was the great white Mexican hope. So Floyd had to be the bad guy. I don't have a problem with being the bad guy because I'm gonna capitalize on it. Exactly. I'm gonna have people hating me, but they're gonna pay because they're gonna think that I'm gonna lose, but I'm gonna show them different. And then the people that love me are gonna pay to see me win. And that's how he became the pay-per-view king.
For sure. So let's talk a little bit of boxing, right? Because I'm curious on who you got, because there are some big fights coming up this summer.
Yeah, man.
Right? Actually, let's start with what fight are you? So besides people on Mayweather Promotions, because we know y'all have some big fights, big events going on.
Right.
So besides that, directly, what fights are you most excited about this year?
Right now, Pacquiao and Errol Spence.
Yes.
Man.
Who you got?
Man.
It's tough.
You got two great fighters.
Yeah.
One young, one old. But that man is old, still got it. Still got it. But Earl gonna bring it. Earl is gonna bring it. That's a hard one to call, man.
Yeah.
It's a hard one to call because I'm never gonna count Pacquiao out.
Yeah.
The only time I would count him out is if he get in the ring with Floyd.
Yeah.
But anybody else, I'm telling you, because when he fought Keith Thurman, I kind of thought Keith was going, do his thing, but I was ringside that fight, and man, Pacquiao,
yeah, no joke. And Errol Spence is probably one of the best top fighters of today.
Definitely.
He's young, he has power, but Pacquiao's kind of just like magical. Like where it's like you don't know what. Yeah. Yo, his speed is crazy. His hunger for it.
His angles, and I don't think Earl has ever faced a fighter like a Pacquiao that has the speed and the movement, the angles.
Yeah.
But if anybody can do it, it's Earl.
Yeah. For sure.
He gonna have to come with his A game.
Yeah. 100%.
Because the only thing that I'm worried about with Earl, and I know Earl still got stuff in his bag he ain't brought out. But Pacquiao's a more volume puncher than Earl. Earl is more precise. He ain't gonna waste too many punches. But I'm worried that if it goes the distance, and depending on the judges and how they look at things, where they say, well, yeah, he had a couple of harder punches and cleaner punches, but Pacquiao landed more punches, even though they didn't hurt.
That's true. That's true. That's a possibility. I also think it'll be interesting too because, one, Pacquiao's his own type of fighter, but also if Errol Spence has really faced true adversity with another southpaw, so that brings an interesting dynamic to the table.
Yes, it does.
But Errol Spence, he's done amazing things in the Olympics, but a lot of people do know him because he sparred with Floyd and he actually put in some good work with Floyd when people can't even touch Floyd, So that's what kind of helped got Errol's name out there, So it will be interesting to see. You can't count Pacquiao out. If you were betting, it's like you would almost kind of lean towards Errol, but you can't.
Depending on the odds, Depending on the odds, because if the odds are real high in Earl's favor, I'm not a betting man, but I might put my money on Pacquiao.
Yeah, just
because of the odds be so good.
The odds be for real. Yeah. I'm interested to see what the odds are going to be. You're going to be there for that fight?
Yeah, I probably will. Yeah. I definitely want to.
For sure. I'm gonna work on pulling up over there too, so we might see you out there.
Definitely. You can give me a holler.
For sure.
But that Deontay Wilder.
I was just about to say that. Yeah. And Fury, Deontay Wilder versus Fury, heavyweight, number 3, fight number 3.
Honestly, I gotta go with the Gypsy King, man.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. His boxing skill set, man, for heavyweight, it's phenomenal. And for it to be a white guy, his footwork, he out there dance like a black person. And I just think mentally, I don't know if Deontay Wilder can come back mentally from the last fight. And I think he might almost did it to himself because he had all these different excuses. First, it was the costume. Then it was the gloves. Then it was Mark Breeden putting something in the water. And it's like, okay, are you trying to psych yourself to believe that you didn't get beat? What is it?
Yeah.
They say he back, he focused, but I just don't think he can beat him. Putting their skill set together, he doesn't have the skill set to outbox.
Yeah. Deontay Wilder's more just power, one punch.
If he catch him and knock him out, don't get me wrong, he's still got a dangerous right hand.
Yeah.
Make no mistake about it. But is he gonna be able to get through that jab? Is he gonna be able to, when he get hit, if the mental part gonna go back to the last fight? So I just don't see him winning that fight. I would be shocked if he do.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. And what's very special about Fury is he's like over 250 pounds and he will dodge your punches. A smaller heavyweight, he will dodge all of that. Like, I've never seen someone that big.
He's almost like a white Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. What kind of worried me about Deontay Wilder though was they did a press conference and he just came out with just headphones on, didn't want to even hear what Fury had to say, wouldn't really answer questions with Fury in the vicinity.
Yeah.
And to me, a lot of people saying that he's focused. To me, it just made me wonder, are you really fearful that he could get into your head? That you have to block all that out? You know?
I totally agree. It's like, are you mentally strong? Because what you're showing is that you might not be mentally strong for this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, who comes in there with earphones on and don't want to hear anything? I mean, Adrian did it one fight, but he took his earphones off and started talking.
Yeah.
But I didn't. To me, that could be a telltale sign.
Yeah. For sure.
And I want to ask him about the Jake Paul and Woodley, because I know Jake Paul.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about the Jake Paul and Woodley fight? The
Tyrone Woodley?
Yeah, Woodley, yeah.
Man, Tyrone gonna beat the brakes all day. Tyrone put that boy in submission, man. You know, it's all fun until you get in there.
Yeah.
You know, it look easy.
Mm-hmm.
But when you get in that square circle, and the light shining, it's different.
Yeah. It really is.
Different,
really.
You know.
And
I mean, don't get me wrong. Logan Paul actually did a little bit better than I thought he was going to do.
Mm-hmm.
But it was more because he was just so big.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
And he knew how to use that to his advantage.
Mm-hmm.
But if it wasn't for that, man.
Yeah.
But Woodley going, that's gonna be ugly. That's gonna be ugly.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah.
Because even what you said about Logan is true. Because Logan just literally used his weight and he was holding. And the people I was watching with, they're like, "Oh, he's holding." I'm like, "Yo, honestly, that's the smartest thing this man could do."
Exactly.
I was like,
"You want to keep getting hit?"
Yeah. I didn't think he'd be that smart, because there's some professional boxers that get hurt that don't even be that smart. They just
don't even be smart. You be like, grab him, and they don't, in their mind, they don't even go to grab him. So somebody in the corner told him to do one thing, and that was hold.
Yeah, that's why when they practiced the whole fight, like, listen, we're gonna make it these 8 rounds.
Right, because I kept yelling into the ring, man, he hold him. And I was like, ref, break him up.
And then he knew that he couldn't lose any points either, because there was no points. So he knew he could hold all day.
Right.
With the Tyrone Woodley and the Jake Paul, I think potentially, Jake Paul bit on more than what he could chew, because he hasn't fought real boxers, and he's fought someone from UFC, but now he's fighting a striker. You know what I mean? So Tyrone has hands,
and feet. And elbows.
Well, they fighting in the ring. They're not doing the UFC match, so he's not supposed to use all that, right? Yeah. Let's see what else is good out there. Let's think of one more fight. Well, actually, let's, because he doesn't really have a fight schedule, but Terence Crawford, right? Right now, he's kind of, he's a good fighter, but he's kind of left out being on the other side, with Top Rank. His contract's supposed to be expiring soon. Where do you foresee Terence Crawford's future going, and what do you suggest for him?
Man. Good question. I don't know what the foreseeable future is with him. I know him and Earl, had talked about getting on. And actually, I don't know how true it is. I haven't heard anything on it yet. But I did see on one of the YouTube things, I think it was Blue Blood Sport or one of them, where they said that that Earl contacted Al Heyman and told him to make the fight with Terence Crawford for his next fight. Yeah. Do I think he can beat Earl? No. No, I don't think he can. I think his best bet right now probably is to move up to 140, 154.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't think he's going, at 147. I mean, he's under top rank. You know, I don't know what his contract is with Bob Burnham. I've heard the things that Bob Burnham has said about Terence Crawford in the media, which, you know, was just crazy. I don't know how a person could stay with somebody that has said some of the things he has, but, you know, that ain't my business. But I wouldn't stay with a person like that. But I think it's better to move up to 154. I think 154. I just don't see what's there at 147 for him.
Yeah, man, 154, man. I feel like, I don't know, because I just want to see him prove himself a little more at 147. I know he's a good fighter, but 154, it feels like a tall order for him, especially when you got to see someone like the Charlo.
Oh, it's tough. No, it's going to be tough for him. Make no mistake about it. But I just don't think that. See, one of the problems is, of course, if he was a Mayweather promotion fighter, he would be with the A side. So his marketing and promotion would be off the chain. Yeah. And I don't think that his marketing and everything, he's not appealing, so to speak. Yeah, everybody recognizes him as a pound for pound, but they don't recognize him as that. And I think a lot of that is because he's not active a lot. Promotional company, who he fights, the network he fights on, it's just not. He's not on A side. Yeah, But I agree, it is some fights at 147 that would be interesting. I would actually love to see him and Sean Porter fight. I think that'd be a dog fight. For real. And that would, to me, that would prove something. It would. If Crawford can handle something like getting through Sean Porter. Right. So we know Sean a dog. Sean gonna come. Ain't nobody just beat Sean Porter like Sean Porter be bringing him to the edge of. If you beat Sean, you're great. For sure. That's what he proved. Yeah.
Do you ever see Mayweather fighting again? Do you ever see Mayweather fighting again?
That's a good.
You mean a real fight or exhibition?
Maybe a real fight, because I think.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Real fight, definitely. You don't think Pacquiao could try to get him back in there? No. Okay.
Nah. He's retired. He's living his life, enjoying being able to do whatever he wants to do when he wants to do it. I can't speak for him, but I'm sure if a lucrative exhibition was to present itself, I'm sure he would at least think about it. I mean, he's a businessman and a money man.
Versus Jake.
A Jake Paul exhibition?
Maybe exhibition versus Jake.
Yeah, I want to know if that's possible, because I know he is a little frustrated with Jake because of everything that happened with the hat. Yeah. But do you see the business possibly going down where? No? Okay, so Jake kind of messed it up.
He already offered to fight both of them the same night, and they turned it down. So. Oh wow. Yeah.
Check to.
But I mean, nobody knows what the future holds. Again, he's a businessman. So, if somebody presents a business proposition that he's comfortable with, and who knows?
Okay. Nothing behind the scenes locked in yet? Just yet? I said nothing behind the scenes locked in just yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
Got you. Yeah, man. We definitely. Wait, did you have any more questions? No. Okay. No, we definitely appreciate you on the podcast today, man. You dropped major keys to success that I know people are really gonna think about, and just how you touched on loyalty on every level and aspect of it, especially. I think it's gonna save lives. You know what I'm saying? Like this podcast, through the grace of God, has been like changing people's lives.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, So you really dropped some keys, and I always love the chance to get to talk boxing. I don't have enough boxing friends, so I always relish and appreciate the time to just bounce back and forth, some boxing. we definitely look forward to coming out to one of you guys' events. You know, let us know.
Definitely, you got my number, you got my contact, my email, man.
Yes.
You know, reach out whenever, you know, DM me, you know, text me, you know.
Sure, for sure.
And definitely, you know, definitely got to link up, man, and come out to one of our fights, man.
Yes, for sure. Yeah, we going to make that happen, man. 2021, this is the year. So we're going to make that happen. We back outside.
Right. You know, already know Mayweather Promotions we going to have some big fights in 2021.
For sure.
We're going to be bringing them.
For sure. And let us know on Instagram where the people can follow you, and also Jalil Hackett too. You know, actually, let them know a little bit about how you came across him, and then where they can follow you and him as well on Instagram.
Okay. Well, you can follow me at DC __ TMT.
Yes.
Yeah. And with Jalil, man, one of my best friends we've been best friends about 38 years. He had called me and said, hey, I got a friend of mine who has a young son that boxes. And, you know, he said he's pretty good, but he didn't know how to move him, you know, and know what direction to go with him. He wants to turn pro. And so he wanted, you know, he didn't have any connections, you know, with the professional side, really. It was just looking for, a plug, really. And so, you know, he gave me the number and I kind of pushed it off. For like 8 months. I was like, okay, I'm going to give him a call. But I was just so busy. And, you know, you get people all the time come, man, my son, he boxed. He going to be the next Floyd Mayweather. And you be like, yeah, okay. You know, everybody, you know, think their son going to be that. The women, the fathers. And so he had called me again. It was like, man, I just hung up the phone with his dad, with the kid's dad, man. Man, give him a call for me. And so, you know, again, we've been friends 38 years. He not going to have me call just anybody. So I said, okay, let me call the father. So I called him. We talked, had a real good conversation. He said, man, you know, if you get time, come out of the gym, you know, so you can meet my son. He'll be sparring and, you know, you get a chance to meet him. So I went by the gym, and while he was already in the ring when I got there, me and his dad talked on the outside, and we watched him, and I said, wow, this young kid, he can crack.
Yeah.
And I didn't know he was 15 at the time because my friend didn't even know how old the son was. He thought he might have been a little older. And so the father was like, I said, well, how old is he? He said, he's 15. I said, 15? He said, yeah, he was in there fighting men.
Yeah.
I mean, put them on their tail. And so I always tell people, though, what really impressed me the most, when he got out the ring and we sat down and talked, and I was blown away by his mannerism, you know, his politeness, humble, well-spoken, and he was just focused on education. That was his number one thing.
Wow.
And after that, I just kept following him, and then I talked to Leonard and Floyd and said, hey, we might have something here, man. This kid is special.
Yeah.
And so from that, you know, we talked, and Leonard and Floyd looked at him, and, you know, me and his dad talked, and, you know, we talked about, you know, management and everything. And father was like, hey, man, you know, can you manage my son? And so I talked to Leonard and them. They was like, cool. If we're going to bring him in, that's your guy.
Yeah.
And so they was like, as long as everything good with you being able to manage him, we'll bring him in. So we got the contract done, and his first fight was June the 6th.
Yeah.
And he has a very, very promising future with Mayweather Promotions. He's probably going to be world champion in the next 2-3 years.
Wow. Yeah, he looked great on that card. The Mayweather Logan Paul card. He looked great on that.
He graduated almost 2 years early from high school.
Wow. How old is he now?
Jalil just turned 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. First fight 18 on a Mayweather card. Like,
right.
Wow.
Right. Wow. Fighters dream of that. I mean, his first debuting on Floyd Mayweather's fight card.
You get the Manager of the Year award then. You get the Manager of the Year award. First fight. And then first round knockout. I mean, wow. Yeah.
We got a lot of plans for him, man. Great kid, man. I couldn't ask for a better fighter to work with. Yeah, we got a small team, but it's a tight team. You know, everybody knows their role, and we just looking to take him to the next level.
Yeah. And who could you foresee? I mean, things could change, but who do you think would be a great fight for him for the belt? Like you could see him having a legacy fight for that belt.
Wow. Looking at his age, and it's funny you mentioned that because me and Jalil always talk about, he looks for the future, but he doesn't jump ahead of himself. But he just says, well, dang, in the next 2 or 3 years, who's going to be the world champion probably? Well, we know guys like Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Errol Spence, and all them. They're already going to move up to 154, and they're going to be, retiring.
Yeah.
So the one person he always talks about, that, man, I know at some point I'm going to have to fight for a belt is Boots Ennis.
Oh, yo, that's
Boots a bad man. Boots a bad man.
Yeah.
He gonna be the boogeyman in that 147.
Yeah.
None of them boys at 147 right now want to see him.
Yeah, I know. I'm waiting to see who's gonna see him first. Like that I see they stepping away from that direction right now.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, I think eventually, because Boots is only 24, so I foresee him, if he makes it to that level, that he's probably going to have to see him. And he actually went out there and sparred with Boots several times.
Oh, right.
And they had good work. Yeah.
Wow. How'd that go?
It went good. I mean, Jalil held his own. Jalil was only, at that time, he had just turned 17.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But shoot, Jalil went 15 rounds with Tank a month ago.
Well, okay.
15 rounds straight.
He got to promise it. Yo, Tank, people don't be lasting 12 rounds with
Man,
Tank.
people don't last 2 rounds with Tank. Get him up out of there.
For real, though.
Yeah, Tank gets him up out of there. And Tank, he don't even mean to.
Yeah.
Tank does it. I compare Tank to Michael Jordan as far as his work ethic. When Tank get in that sparring, he like Michael Jordan. When Michael Jordan practice, he try to put that dag in.
Yeah.
Even though it's practice, he practiced like he plays. And Tank spars like he fights. But yeah. Yeah, but it still got a promising career, man. We got a whole lot of plans for him in the future, man. We just got to stay the course, be patient, and let us do what we do. And he's going to become a world champion, and he's going to make a lot of money in the sport.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, you guys got him off to a great start. I can't wait to see him back in the ring. And I can't wait to see, what else events you guys pull up for the rest of the year. It's going to be exciting. And like I said, like, no lie, people say, but we going to catch up with you at one of these events this year.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, like I said, you got my number, man. You can call, reach out anytime. Sure. We got a couple of fight cards after Tank coming up. So I'll definitely keep you posted on that. Possibly August.
Okay.
We have a fight card, probably in Vegas. So I'll definitely keep you abreast of that.
All right. Appreciate you, man.
And I definitely appreciate y'all, man, for having me on, man. Definitely a pleasure. You ever need me, man, I'm a phone call away.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be in touch. And it was truly an honor having you on. Thank you for taking some time to not only encourage our followers, but you gave us encouragement and you taught us some things. So we definitely appreciate that, my brother, for real.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, man. I'll take it easy, man.
Yes, sir. What up, everyone? If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification bell for the latest podcasts, music videos, and comedy skits. We got a lot more content coming your way.
We here all day, baby.
Yeah.
Subscribe to the channel, baby.
We gotta show love first.